Please stand. Station 1. Jesus stands before a judge, Pontius Pilate. The judge tells Jesus that he will die. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Jesus is standing before angry people who are yelling and saying mean, hurtful things to him. They scream at him. Some of them tell lies about him, saying that he did bad things. But Jesus stays quiet, even though he knows that he will be hurt. He knows that God is with him. He even asks God to help him forgive the people who are yelling and saying lies about him.
Look at your heart. Has anyone ever said mean or hurtful things about you? Or has anyone ever told a lie about you? If someone did that to you, look at your heart and see how you felt. Maybe you were scared or hurt, or maybe you felt very angry. When you see how you felt, look at your heart. Show your heart to Jesus. See Jesus loving you when you show him what happened in your heart. Then, when you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help him make your heart more like his. Maybe you want to ask Jesus to help you remember that God is always with you.
Station 2. Soldiers put a heavy cross on Jesus' shoulders. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. When the soldiers put a big, heavy cross on Jesus' shoulders, Jesus doesn't fight with them or say angry words to them. He knows that he has to carry the cross a long way, and he knows that the way will be very hard for him at times. But Jesus knows that God is with him, and he asks God to help him carry the cross even though it's heavy.
Look at your heart. Have you ever had something happen that was very hard for you? Sometimes children are very sick, or someone in their family is very sick. Sometimes adults or older children do not treat younger children nicely. Sometimes we just can't have things the way we want them. Take some time to look at what your heart is like when this happens. Then, when you see what your heart is like, show your heart to Jesus. See Jesus loving you when you show him what happens in your heart. When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
Station 3. Jesus falls for the first time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Jesus is so tired as he walks along the road with the heavy cross on his shoulders. The cross keeps pushing into his shoulder, and the stones on the road hurt his feet. People yell and push him. The soldiers shout for him to move faster. Then Jesus falls, and the soldiers yell at him more. How tired Jesus is. Jesus prays in his heart, God, help me to remember that you are here.
Look at your heart. Did you ever fall when you were playing or when you were helping with something? Falling really hurts, doesn't it? When people make mistakes, it is like falling, and when that happens, their heart sometimes feels like it is hurt. Can you remember a time when you fell or when your heart felt hurt? As you remember that time and look at how your heart felt, show your heart to Jesus. See Jesus loving you as you show him your heart. When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
Station 4. Jesus meets his mother. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. As Jesus walks slowly with the cross on his shoulders, a woman comes up to him. It's Jesus' mother, Mary.
how sad for them to see each other now. Mary feels so sad because she sees how much he's suffering, and Jesus sees the sadness in Mary feels. Even though they both know that God is with them, they can't even say anything to each other because they're so sad.
Look at your heart. Have you ever been sad, or do you know someone who has been very sad? Being sad can really hurt someone's heart a lot, can't it? Sometimes our hearts are sad because we cannot be with someone we love. If you can remember a time when you were very sad, show Jesus what your heart looked like when you felt that way. Picture Jesus loving you when you show him your sad heart. Then when you're ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
The fifth station, a man, Simon, helps Jesus carry his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Jesus is so tired that the soldiers know he cannot carry the heavy cross by himself. So they look around and see someone who looks strong enough to help Jesus carry this cross. The person's name is Simon. Jesus just looks at Simon and quietly whispers, "Thank you," to Simon. Then they continue on the long road carrying the cross together.
Sometimes helping someone can be difficult for so many different reasons. Maybe you haven't finished something that you like to do when someone asks you for help, or maybe you just don't feel like helping that person. Can you think of a time when you were asked to help someone and did not want to help? Show Jesus what it is like when that happened and picture Jesus loving you as you show him your heart. Maybe you can even hear Jesus whisper, "Thank you for helping." When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help you to have a helping heart.
The sixth station, a woman, Veronica, wipes Jesus' face. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Jesus is hot, tired, and sweating. His hair is all tangled, and he is covered in dust from a long walk. Suddenly, a woman pushes her way out of the crowd and stands in front of Jesus. She takes a clean cloth and gently wipes Jesus' face. Jesus is so thankful that he leaves a picture of his face on her cloth.
Have you ever helped someone? Have you ever done something that helped someone feel better? Sometimes you may have done something that you thought was very small or unimportant. Bringing a glass of water or juice to someone, or giving someone a helping hand with a chore. Maybe you just smiled at someone who looked sad. As you think of the times you helped, show Jesus your heart. As you picture Jesus loving you, maybe you can also picture Jesus leaving a picture of his face on your heart. What a wonderful heart you have.
Station 7. Jesus falls a second time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. How very tired and weak and sad Jesus is now. Even though he keeps trying to walk with the heavy cross, he just can't keep going. The noise from the crowd and from the soldiers makes him feel worse. Then Jesus falls because he can't take another step.
Look at your heart. Have you ever had a hard time with something? Maybe you can't do something the way you want, or you feel as if you keep messing up on something. How does your heart feel when that happens? Maybe your heart feels the way Jesus' heart felt when he fell the second time. When you show Jesus how your heart felt. Picture Jesus loving you. Jesus knows how your heart felt. His heart probably felt the same way.
Station 8. Jesus meets the women who are crying. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. After Jesus gets up, he continues on the road carrying his heavy cross. He passes some women who are crying because they are so sad to see Jesus suffer. But instead of thinking only for himself and how bad he feels, Jesus tells the women not to keep crying because of him. He tells them instead to take care of others and especially to take care of their children.
Sometimes it is easy to think about ourselves, about when it's not going the way we want it, or about problems that we have. It is very easy then to think about other people. How does your heart look when you do that, when you think about only yourself? Show your heart to Jesus and picture Jesus loving you with your heart that way. When you are ready, can you ask Jesus to help you have a heart like his, a heart that just thinks about other people and remembers other people? That's the kind heart that Jesus has.
Station 9. Jesus falls a third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Jesus is so tired now that he can hardly take another step. It is hard for him to breathe. He has been walking a long time along the dusty road, and he has no energy left. He just can't go anymore. Then Jesus falls the third time. He is so very tired. Jesus asks God to help him, and Jesus gets up again, even though it is hard for him to do.
When we have really tried to do our best, we have not been able to succeed. It is easy to feel like Jesus did. Sometimes other people just keep yelling about something we do, or sometimes other people make fun of the way we do something. Can you remember a time when you felt this tired in your heart? When you seemed to be having a sad or hard time with someone or something? Look at your heartfelt and show your heart to Jesus. When you are ready, ask God to help you when you feel this way.
Station 10. Jesus' clothes are taken away. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Finally, Jesus reaches the hill to the end of the road that he is to walk. Jesus knows that he will die there, but before he dies, the soldiers did more to him. They pull off his long robe, and almost all of his clothes are taken from him. Jesus stands in front of all of the crowd with only one small piece of cloth covering one part of his body. Jesus asks God to help him remember.
Look at your heart. Is it hard for you to share, to give away something that you like? Do you sometimes like to keep everything for yourself? Do you ever let something of yours be the reason for bad feelings or bad words between you and someone else? If you remember a time when something like this happened, remember how your heart felt. Then show your heart to Jesus. You can ask Jesus to help you to have a heart that is like his heart.
Station 11. Jesus is nailed to the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. How much Jesus hurts as the soldiers nail him to the cross. He hurts all over. He is tired and thirsty. He knows that he is going to die, but he looks at the people who have hurt him. And instead of saying bad things to those people, Jesus asks God to forgive them. He looks at his mother and tells her to take care of others. Even when he is dying, Jesus is thinking of other people.
Look at your heart. Can you think of a time when someone hurt you with unkind words or actions? Was it hard for you to forgive that person? Jesus knows that forgiving is hard to do. That's why Jesus will help you to change your heart when you ask him to help you to forgive someone. See how your heart looks after you ask Jesus to do this.
Station 12. Jesus dies on the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Finally, after the long walk, after falling 3 times, after having the men beat him, after being nailed to the cross, Jesus bows his head and dies. Now this part of his life is over. There is nothing left for Jesus to give or do. Jesus has given his life for us.
Look at your heart. Did you ever feel that you wanted to make something better, or that if only you tried harder, something would change that you want to change? Or maybe you felt that you didn't try hard enough at something and something bad happened. You can think of a time like that and show Jesus your heart and let him love you. When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help your heart be more like his heart.
Station 13. Jesus is taken down from the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Now Jesus' lifeless body is taken down from the cross. No more pain or suffering for Jesus. All of his pain is over. Mary, Jesus' mother, holds him tenderly in her arms. How sad she is. And how sad Jesus' friends are. They are crying and holding his body.
Look at your heart. Is there someone you love who has died? When you remember that person, how does your heart look? You can show your heart to Jesus and show Jesus what you miss about the person who died. Jesus knows what your heart looks like and loves you when you show him your heart. He can even help your heart be more like his.
Station 14. Jesus is buried. We adore you, Christ, and we praise you. Look at Jesus. Jesus' friends wash his body and wrap it in a clean sheet. They touch his body gently, and then they put his body in the tomb. When they are finished, they push a very large stone over the entrance so that no one can go inside. Now there is darkness in the tomb where Jesus' body lies, and all of his friends go home because they are sad and tired.
Can you look at your heart? Can you remember a time when you were very sad to say goodbye to someone? Maybe you were leaving the person for only a short time, or maybe it was a long time. Maybe you said goodbye to someone you loved and that person died. Take a few moments to think about one of those times you were sad saying goodbye, and show Jesus how your heart felt then. Try to picture Jesus loving you and being with you with your sad heart. Let Jesus love you a lot. Jesus knows how sad your heart is.
This concludes our Stations of the Cross. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful afternoon.